Another Russian national now confirming he too was at Donald Trump Jr.'s controversial meeting with a Russian lawyer during the run-up to last year's presidential election. President Trump returning from France today to that growing controversy.
The number of people in that meeting, it just seems to keep increasing. Local 10's D.C. Bureau Chief Ross Palumbo is live in our nation's capital with the latest. Ross.
Well, Calvin and Lori, you'll remember in his one and only interview on this subject, Donald Trump Jr. told Sean Hannity that there was absolutely nothing more. But today, there is something more. Now another Russian has come forward, this man with strong ties to the intelligence community, saying he was also at that infamous meeting at Trump Tower on June 9th. As for the president, he just arrived back in the U.S., landing on Air Force One in New Jersey a little while ago. He's now at Bedminster at his golf course there and still hasn't made a single comment over any of this. The Democrats, though, they are speaking out tonight and they are outraged.
Criminal conspiracy to defraud the United States, impeding the lawful administration of a federal election, or to make an offense against the United States, cyber crimes, hacking against U.S. citizens.
In her boldest statement yet, Leader Nancy Pelosi accusing and listing the crimes of the Trump campaign.
Leader Pelosi, are you saying that the people in that meeting violated those laws or may have violated those laws?
Yes.
It comes after yet another Russian confirms he was also at Donald Jr.'s Trump Tower meeting with Russian attorney Natalia Veselnitskaya, billed as part of a Russian government effort to help the Trump campaign. With Jr., son-in-law Jared Kushner and campaign manager Paul Manafort was lobbyist Rinat Akhmetshin, who says he was once loosely part of the Russian counterintelligence service.
Judge Gorsuch is eminently qualified.
He's already known to Judiciary Committee Chair Chuck Grassley, who recently sent a letter referring to reports about Akhmetshin that he worked for the GRU and allegedly specializes in subversive political influence operations, and questioning whether he was properly registered as a foreign agent.
We're sending a letter to request his presence.
And just yesterday, Grassley asked Trump Jr. to testify about all of this publicly.
And then we're finding out who else was in the room.
Yet another disturbing set of facts.
It comes amid new scrutiny of top presidential aide Jared Kushner. Florida Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz leading Democrats to get Kushner's security clearance pulled.
That he still has a top secret security clearance is unacceptable. I introduced an amendment today in the Appropriations Committee that would have revoked Jared Kushner's security clearance. Unfortunately, it failed on a party line vote.
The president attending the Bastille Day celebration in Paris, making no public comment after saying this yesterday.
But nothing happened from the meeting. Zero happened from the meeting.
And after another long handshake, leaving to return to New Jersey.
And breaking news to report to you tonight on the president's travel ban. You'll remember that went into effect when the Supreme Court decided to take the case. Only people who were immediate family members from those 6 Muslim countries could avoid the ban. Well, now a Hawaiian judge greatly expanding that list now to include grandchildren, grandparents, brothers and sisters, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, aunts, uncles, nieces and nephews, and cousins. That is a huge change to the ban. Now so many more people can get in, Lori and Calvin. Of course, you'll remember the Supreme Court set to hear arguments over the entire ban coming in October. For now, it's the very latest live from the White House. Back to you.